would be your advice to me as someone who's been in the Smash community for a very long time, and if I take up to going to events and stuff like that? What's your advice to me if I take up that community?
Be yourself and be patient. The thing with Smash is that you're going to fail at the beginning. There are just, especially in New England, there are a lot of players that are just going to be better than you. There are a lot of decent players that are within the top 100 players in the world, and that simply go to maybe a local like 5 miles from you. That thing is going to exist. There's always going to be people that are better than you. So you have to be patient. You have to be consistent. And if you want to be successful in your local Smash community, just be yourself. People like genuine people. If you're a fun loving person that likes to maybe crack a joke here and there, or, maybe just have like a heartfelt conversation with someone, don't be afraid to show that. Be yourself when you go to an event, and people will love you right back. Honestly, it's the best thing that you can do. If you try to be fake, if you try to, not show a realistic perception of yourself, people are going to notice. And people just appreciate genuine people a lot more, especially in New England. I'm saying more New England, but in Smash in general, people want to see, not fake people, to say the least.
Yeah. Do you see New England being like the not like epicenter, but like a big hot spot for Smash, in your opinion?
Absolutely. At the moment, yes. It's one of, in my opinion, the top 3 regions in the US and one of the top 5 regions in the entire world. Um, New England at the moment, it's budding with a whole bunch of great players. You have players like Light, Mars. Those are the 2 players at the moment that are killing it. They're top 5 and top 10 debatably in the world. And we have so many players under them that are just top notch players. We have an incredible team of commentators. Like, in my opinion, I'm a decent commentator. And there are like 4 or 5 people that are better than me just in New England that will go to events, not only just in the New England region, but outside. Like, we have one commentator going to California next week. It's an incredible region for Smash, and in my opinion, it most definitely is one of the most sought after and pretty much one of the epicenters of Smash at the moment.
So I know that you go to a lot of Smash events, but you don't go alone. Well, most of the time.
Right.
So I know you go with some Senai members occasionally. So how does it feel knowing that you can see some of your literal esports members with you? Like, does that always give you an edge when you go? Because I know sometimes you do compete with some Senai members.
Right.
So does that always give you an edge when you're competing? Does that make you more motivated knowing that you're playing with your actual esports? Because not a lot of esports teams have that luxury of living so close to each other.
You're not wrong. It lifts up my spirit knowing that I have genuine friends coming to a tournament. Like, if it's like a dead time, let's say, we're halfway through the event, and the action is dying down a little bit. Everyone's really just playing their bracket. I know in the back of my head that I can just find my player and hang out with them and just chill out. I know that I have at least one person at the venue that I can just revolve around. And sometimes I feel like sometimes I have an obligation during tournaments to try to satisfy my players, try to, do what makes them happy, because that's almost literally what my job is. I'm pretty much a manager for them. But it in reality, if someone just looks at us too, we're just friends. Like, we're just friends talking, having a great time. I'm motivating my player to do well in bracket, and he's giving me tips on my next matchup in bracket. It's a mutual relationship that I love having. It's honestly a privilege to have people around me that are a part of the same organization that are just great people. Shout outs to Galare, Scott, Pelka, and the rest of the regional crew. I love you guys a lot.
Aw, that's so cute. Love it. Um, Going back to earlier, I know how you said that you're being a genuine person and stuff like that. I see you a lot on Twitter being open about things that you struggle with and stuff like that. Especially in this day and age, I know there's people that are always going to be rude and stuff like that. And I know that, like, you're very open. How did you, like, especially with community and stuff like that, struggles and stuff like that, how did you become open with, like, with your struggles, not only in gaming, but in stuff like that? Because that's always astounded me when I met you, is how open you are with stuff.
It's a hurdle. It's definitely a huge hurdle to take because you leave yourself open to many attacks. Like whenever I post anything about my personal life, if someone really wants to insult me, they can just go after those personal things. And I've just gotten through that hurdle where I'm just like, I have people around me that will support me if someone starts going at me like that. That
Oh,
will be
yeah, me?
that will yeah. Hello, you? Yes, absolutely you. And many other people that, can not only back me up vocally, but just emotionally. Whenever I'm having, honestly, like a really tough day and I tweet something out just like, hey, this thing happened to me today. I'm not feeling that well. I'll always have like different people that I don't exactly talk to that much like DM me just like, hey, is there anything I can do? Do you want to talk about it? And usually I say no and I just say thank you. But, sometimes I do get into a conversation and most of the time people are just super supportive. They get me through my day and it's just awesome.
Yeah.
And after that, I've just been way more open on Twitter, knowing that I'll have people to support me, people that will be there for me, which, again, I'm just super appreciative of. Absolutely.
Yeah. I also like to say you're very modest, but, like, I like to say that also you just have, like, an air of confidence around you. And I feel like that you're confident about how you're expressing yourself, because especially in gaming, you have to have that confidence. And, like, I just think, especially, I just think that in general you have, like, so much confidence and stuff like that. So that's how I've always seen you. But, like, I know you also need to have thick skin.
Yeah, that came from personal experience in my life.
Yeah.
In real life, both in real life and both online, just, growing up not having exactly the most supportive family, that kind of like, it kind of hardened me in terms of spirit, just kind of like, you know, things may be like super bright, one hour, and then like right in the next second things could go bad. There could be one person just overshadowing you, just bringing you a bunch of hate in your life. And I've learned that it's just how it is. And having confidence isn't exactly a bad thing, but when you're at a position, when you're overdoing it, when you're being cocky, there's a difference between cockiness and confidence. Being cocky is you almost literally just expressing to the entire world that you're honestly better than someone else. No one is better than anyone else. That's just not a thing that you do. But confidence is just trust in yourself. Trust that you will get through a situation. And I've learned the difference between both. I've learned to have, just a little bit more confidence in myself, knowing that I will get through any problem that I may have. And it's been tough to think that by myself. And that's where I bring back the people in my life. I'm glad to have a lot of people online and in real life that can support me. And yeah, again, it's tough to explain why I have that confidence, but it is what it is.
Yeah. So, another thing, I know there's one thing in the community, whether it be, someone in CSGO or stuff like that. If you had to bring someone to light who is quote unquote underrated, something or someone that's underrated in your opinion, whether it be like, gaming or something like that, what is something that you feel that people should be more into or like more known about in the community?
Man, that's a really tough question,
Yeah, whether it be
honestly,
CS:GO
because
or like
yeah, no. I guess if I were to talk about a specific person, I'll have to say like a demographic of people. Huge shout out to tournament organizers. Now, tournament organizers, like me trying to have a hand in it in the past month or two, trying to organize an event it's a charity event that I want to have happen in the summer,
yeah,
but it's just so tough. It's honestly so tough to do, to lock down a venue, to get the money in. First of all, you need to have payment up front, and knowing that some TOs, they make zero money out of tournaments, and how some tournament organizers, they lose money. Knowing that, to them, they appreciate the happiness of their players a lot more than they do their wallets, is honestly something that I appreciate so much, which is something that people definitely overlook sometimes. There's definitely a huge group of people out there that do appreciate what TOs do, but I definitely want to bring out to light that, your favorite weekly event, it may not be making any money, but you're going there every week, playing the game, being happy, maybe even getting money out of it. Just know that there is someone behind that event running the entire thing and making sure that every single thing that happens at that event is catered to the players. And I'm glad that there's someone behind that. And I want to, again, give a shout out to that. In specific, around New England, I want to give a huge shout out to Big Spill Seth. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Escalator, aka Dylan. I want to give a shout out to Arthur, who runs the CSGO events around the region, and a couple more shout outs to the other New England TOs that can't really think off the top of my head. Eduardo, big one, and a couple others, ones that run in like Connecticut or PCG, things like that. So, again, huge underlying part of our community that we need to appreciate a lot more is TOs.
yeah. So I think you answered all my questions, eh?
Hey, already?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Is there anything else you would like to let the people know, especially anyone in particular, whether it be your team Sinai, whether it be something that you're doing, Smash community, your CS going, your Twitching, anything? I'm pretty sure we surpassed 14 minutes, so congratulations.
Hey, I made it. Yeah, no, I made it through all the questions. 14 minutes. That's sick.
I'm sure this is gonna be like 40 minutes, but it's okay.
Why not? Why not?
It's a good first,
It's a good first try. I hopefully other people can surpass the time threshold. We'll see. But
No one's as close
in
as you.
terms of myself, if you guys want to follow whatever I do, I tweet a lot. I make a lot of like joke tweets, tweets about relevant events in both sports and esports. I talk about a lot about my daily life, and in my Twitter is the best place that you guys can keep up with wherever that I'm commentating, whenever I'm streaming, anything like that. At the Upmind on Twitter is the best place to go. And specific shout outs, gotta give it to Sinai Village, the esports org that I own. We've been grinding so much, and we've recently picked up a lot of great players who's been having a lot of international success in the esports community. So big shout outs to Sinai Village and everywhere and everyone in that.
Cool.
And specific shout out to Drew, who is one of the other co-owners in Sinai. He's been pretty much my best friend in esports for the past 2 years. So that guy, he's awesome. Nothing really much I can say else about him. If you guys want graphics or anything like that, he's insane. At illustrations with the I at the beginning being an L. And other than that, that's all I got.
All right, buddy. Well, this will be it for today's podcast. I'll see you all later.
Bye, guys.